Welcome to Modesto Area Spotlight.
Welcome to Modesto Area Spotlight. I am your host, Lynette Scott. Today I am speaking to 4 women I think of as wellness warriors, alternative ways to health. They are having a new show on MyTV26, something you can do as well. Just contact us on mytv26.tv. Today, now I am speaking to Ellie. Ellie, how do you feel about your new show?
I'm excited about it. I can't wait to share with people about how they too can choose wellness. And I'm very passionate about that because I've had health issues and I have found something that really helps other people. Juva is an amazing, amazing company, and I can't wait to share that.
So Ellie, can you share something about yourself?
I can. I am a former teacher. I love children, and I love seeing that aha moment when they learn something. It's just so important to me. And so what I do is teach people about different health issues, and then I give them an alternative choice on how they can improve their health.
So Ellie, I believe you also paint, which is exciting.
It is. I have learned through an organization at Memorial Hospital. They have a program for cancer survivors and cancer caregivers, and I was able to go into that program, and I learned that I have a gift that I wasn't even aware of.
Yes, that is a great program. That's for the caregivers and the people who have had cancer, but they also have many others that you can contact Memorial Hospital about. I belong to Team Challenge, which also includes community that cares about people who have cancer and their survivors, and you can join that if you care too as well.
I'd like to look into that. I have a friend who did that. In fact, she's the one who told me about the painting.
Oh,
so
right.
Now that I'm feeling better, I can join that as well.
Yeah, and that's for walking. It's a good place to start, and then there's, of course, other places you can join if you want to take it further. And I also know that you like to bake, not cook.
Yes, I let the cook go to my husband, the privileges of cooking. He's a much better cook than I am, but I love to bake and decorate cakes. And I like to do the more unusual, the better. Like I just made a construction cake for his new project up in Sonora.
Did you? A construction cake?
Mm-hmm.
So what was on it?
It was a piece of land that was excavated, and we put all of the things that are happening on the site, including the rock recusal and the red dirt for Sonora, and it was very fun.
Did you take photos of it?
I did.
Oh, I'd love to see that sometime. And then, of course, gardening is another hobby. I hear you here.
I do. Yes, I love to garden, and I love to, because I'm doing the healthier choices, we eat food from our gardening. We keep it as organic and natural as possible. We use no processed things on it because my husband and I are both cancer survivors. And so
both of you are.
Both of us,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's been quite a journey.
Right.
And I do everything I can to keep us healthy.
Yes. Oh. And what do you like to plant?
Tomatoes. My favorite are tomatoes. I love to see the big ones, but I like the Stockton onions too. I just love watching them grow up in tall. Okra. I'm a girl from Oklahoma, so I like my okra. And corn. I have a pretty full garden.
Oh, that sounds really cool. Yeah. I have a grandson who loves cherry tomatoes, and when he was 2, I took them as my plate for a family outing, and I gave him and said he could have some. He brought me back the empty container. So he's 10 now, but he still likes tomatoes.
That's funny.
So, and if you need any roses, I've got some cuttings you can have from my garden.
Oh, that'd be
if
neat.
you'd like. Yes. And And you're moving?
I am. We bought 5 acres up in Idaho, and we're building a home.
Oh, up in Idaho.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say that before.
Yeah, and it's we've taken it from ground zero
Oh, wow.
and beyond. And we've had to remove 100 and some trees so far just to have a building site and put electricity, and cut down wild roses and and blackberries.
Oh,
They're evil.
I've got blackberry without the thorns. I don't know if you know how to do the
these
cutting.
out there aren't. They have thorns, and they grab you.
Oh, yeah,
They're
I
very
know
evil.
about that. Yeah. My husband thought he was buying a second grapevine, and it was blackberries, but it was a great mistake. They're really great blackberries.
They're like weeds up there.
Okay, and so back to your show. Let's tell me a little bit about what you're going to cover in the next several weeks on your show.
Yeah, one of the things I'm going to cover is water, because it's one of the most essential things we need for our diet, because if you don't have good water, your whole body is not going to be in line. And so our water energy picture and water systems are the best in the area. I also have things that are protecting you from the environment on the outside, and we will give you negative ions without having to go to the mountains. And we'll also talk about nutritional supplements and products, and the things that make you healthy just by choosing and making better choices. And then we also have energy products that are safe, which are key to what's going on in the world now. Everybody's just going by and drinking those little 5-minute things, and they're so bad for you. Monster drinks. Every time I see somebody drinking one of those, I just cringe. Mm-hmm. And then we have little things on our phone called shields, and they protect you from the EMFs and the radiation that come off of your phones, causing brain tumors. And one of the things that I like to show is that the brain is so susceptible to those, and the younger you are, like 0 to 5, it goes 100% through that child's brain. And from 5 to 10, it goes 75%. And
Wow.
from 10 to 18, it goes 50%. And then we're, as adults, still getting 25% into our brain. And I am the recipient of one of those tumors. So it's very, very, very important to me to see people to protect themselves.
Okay, that sounds like you're going to cover a lot for you to learn out there. So that is something I look forward to hearing from you along with the other ladies. And so thank you for listening to Modesto Area Spotlight, and I'll be back with another lady soon.
Every journey begins with a single step. Are you ready to take yours? Here at Modesto Junior College, we can help you begin. The college offers a variety of programs and opportunities, including financial aid. MJC students can transfer to 4-year colleges after graduating. Our instructors will prepare you for a successful future in the field of your choice. If you want a quality, affordable education with unlimited horizons, make Modesto Junior College your first step.
Welcome back to Modesto Area Spotlight. Now I am here with Jann, who is going to be doing her show with Ali. Ali just spoke to me about Juva. How do you feel about your new show that you're having?
I'm really excited. A little bit nervous, but I'm really excited about sharing doTERRA and the information that can help people out there.
Right, and can you share a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a retired school teacher. I've actually been a teacher for all my life, close to 40 years. I retired because I found it was much more fun to teach people about how to stay healthy with essential oils than it was trying to struggle with 7th graders with math.
Right, and I believe you like dancing. Can you tell us a little more about that?
I love to dance. It's one of my very favorite things in the world to do. Thought I would do some ballroom, but I'm more of a country kind of dancer, so got my little dancing boots ready to go anytime.
And where do you do line dancing? I believe you've done line dancing.
There's a place in Modesto where you can dance, where we take some line dance lessons. Again, just a great way for me to get exercise. and have fun.
And they had an adoption program over the weekend, and I believe you were part of that. Can you tell me more about that?
They did. I got myself 2 new lovely kitties. They're bottle fed, so they're real sweet and real affectionate, and they love people. So they've been a lot of fun to watch at home, chasing each other around. I got the 2 of them. I couldn't bear to break them up since they were raised together.
Oh, that sounds really cool. And I remember a cat visiting us when I was visiting you one time. Can you tell me a little bit more about those visiting cats?
Yeah, that has now grown to 10.
Oh my gosh.
We have 10 feral cats that we feed. They typically will come running when my daughter comes home from work, which is kind of interesting. They know her, the sound of her truck, but they're not real sweet and lovey and affectionate. So I don't mind feeding them. We try to make sure we've got them fixed so we don't increase the population greatly. But I'm excited to have my own little cuddlies.
Oh, that's cool. And how about swimming? How much do you like swimming?
That's another thing. Besides dancing, I like to swim, and the summertime is my favorite time of the year. I get to go out in my yard every day and swim and play with my plants and just really enjoy being in the water.
Yeah, I couldn't be without a swimming pool in Modesto.
Oh no, it's really hard in Modesto, and everybody says, oh, it's so hot there. You go in the pool, you cool down, you know?
Yeah, it's even becoming out more and more research. I've always believed that if you jump in a cold pool in the morning, it'd probably help with depression. But it does at least start your morning feeling a lot fresher than just a shower. And it's coming out with research that more and more swimming helps you and your health, more than just swimming and exercise. And I believe you have done some travel. What places you've traveled?
We've been to Costa Rica, traveled the Caribbean, been down to Mexico. Just love to travel. Mostly, as you can tell, the warmer tropical places. We did do a cruise to Alaska, and that was lovely. But I just love to travel and meet new people and see the beauty around the world.
Yeah, I just covered 5 weeks in New Zealand, so we went summer, winter, summer in 7 weeks.
Oh my!
But we were catching up with a little grandbaby, and so it's exciting. I haven't ever got over to those islands and things, but it's in my...
Well, you went a lot further. I'd love to go to New Zealand and Australia for sure.
Yes. Well, that's where my daughter is, so, and now a new granddaughter. So besides New Zealand, what else is on your bucket list for traveling?
Really, my big one is New Zealand, Australia. I'd love to go to Brazil. Finland has been really kind of interesting to me lately. I don't really mind going anywhere. I just want to travel. I'm not really that picky. I do like the tropical, warm places.
And so then now, would you like to share about covering what you'll be covering over the next few weeks?
Well, I'm going to be talking about doTERRA essential oils, and there are so many ways to use the oils for physical, mental, and emotional health. So today we're going to talk a little bit about back to school. I have a soft spot for students. Even though I'm retired from teaching, I substitute teach because I found I really missed the students. And so I go in whenever my friends need me, and I still find those same patterns and habits with the students that we'll be talking about in my presentation. So I really want to help those kids. I want them to be successful in school.
So that'll be your first presentation on your
Yes.
first show, but do you want to do a brief summary of what you'll be covering on the rest of the show?
We'll be talking about pain relief and pain management. There are so many different oils that are effective for that. And then I'll also be talking a little bit about anxiety and stress in our world today. I think we're all under anxiety and stress, and so there are a lot of oils that can help with that. And the other thing I have found for a lot of people is sleep issues. A lot of people don't get very good sleep, and so the oils can help with that. So those are some of the things I'll be covering in future shows.
Right. So I look forward to hearing what you will be speaking on your new TV show on MyTV26. So it's been fun speaking to you today on Modesto Area Spotlight on MyTV26. You can be on Modesto Area Spotlight. Just go to mytv26.tv and contact us. Thank you.
Thank you.
We fix laptops. Your first place to stop for all your computer repairs. We offer quick, dependable, convenient, affordable repair. We fix laptops. Call now. We are located at 945 Coffee Road in Modesto, California. We make it easy and convenient. We offer on-site pickup in surrounding areas in Modesto. PC and Apple repairs. We fix them all. Virus removal, LCD broken, power jack repair, and much more. Remember, we fix laptops. Call now, 209-248-7483.
Welcome back to Modesto Area Spotlight. I'm now here with Theresa. Theresa, I've just been speaking to Ali and Jann. How do you feel about your new show?
I'm very excited to be able to share some information with our guests.
And can you share a little bit about yourself?
Yes, I am a registered dental assistant and founding member of Care to You Teledentistry Services.
And what do you like to do?
Well, my favorite thing to do for fun and relaxation would be to go on motorcycle trips.
And where do you go on your motorcycle trips?
Oh, we've been lots of places. We traveled, my husband and I, along with our friends for many years. We've gone to Sturgis several times. We've gone to New Orleans. We've gone to Glacier National Park, Seattle, Yellowstone many times, Grand Canyon many times.
They are some long trips.
Very long trips.
So how do you travel? Like, you don't just get to the one place, do you?
No, that's no fun. When we went to New Orleans, that was our longest trip. That was about 3 weeks. And we just mapped it out along the way. We had family and friends that we wanted to see along the way. And
oh, I see.
we just made a time of it, and it was wonderful. We had the best time.
Family and friends makes it fun. But we went to Mississippi once. And I did a triathlon there and visited a friend that had left here. And that's what we did, but we stopped at motels on the way. So it's interesting to know that you planned it to meet friends that you knew on the way. But I guess with motorcycles, you're meeting friends all the time.
We are. We have a great network of people that we use to ride with, and lots of new friends that we've met along the way as well.
Right. And you were telling me you like family time, and you were saying something about your murder mysteries. Can you tell me more about those and what you like to do?
Yes, that's a lot of fun. My in-laws always set up murder mystery parties for special events. Like my husband's 60th birthday was just a couple weeks ago, and his sisters set up a murder at Deadwood Saloon. So it was based on a Western theme, and everyone was dressed up, and it was just a lot of fun.
Oh,
and we've done,
interesting.
Yeah, it's just kind of a fun thing to do, a little bit different for a family gathering to kind of mark a special occasion. There's a lot of work involved. My in-laws have done amazing jobs at those. We have had one with like the 50s, Greece, and we had a Christmas one, and we also did like Prohibition times.
Oh wow, that's quite a lot.
Yeah.
I've
so
seen
it was
them,
fun.
but I've never been involved in one.
They're a lot of fun.
So do you like doing the dressing up part?
Yeah, sure, that's
and
fun.
do you plan some of the murders, or is there somebody who's specialized in that?
My sister-in-laws, they know where to get that information, and they spearhead and take care of all of that, and basically we just kind of dress as we're told and show up, and we have an amazing time.
Oh, right. And where do you get your costumes from?
It just kind of depends. Some
Yeah.
things you can kind of put together, other things you can rent or
Right.
borrow or whatnot.
Right, fair enough. And do you have any pets?
We do. We have 2 golden labs that are about 3 years old now. They're brothers, and they definitely are in charge of the house.
So do you walk them very often?
No, they walk us. They walk me.
That's what we
They're
often
about
see.
90 pounds,
And
so...
where do you live in Oakdale, so where do you like to walk your dogs?
Oh, yeah, that's an impossibility.
Yes.
I live out in the country, actually, out more towards Woodward Reservoir area.
Oh, out there.
Yeah.
We go out there for archery. There's not. Do you know there's archery out there?
No, I didn't.
Yes, at the end of the reservoir.
Oh, really?
It's called Yahi Bowman. Yes.
I did not know that. I know they have the airplane runways and whatnot, model airplanes. My husband used to do that. And I know that they have the little race car track out there too, but I didn't know about the archery.
Yeah. So do you take your dogs? You know.
No.
No, that's right.
We can't. Those dogs are.
No, there's not. There's a couple of parks around there. Have you been to any of those?
Mm-mm.
So do you just walk along the side of the road?
We don't walk the dogs.
Oh, you don't? You
No.
just let them run
They're
around?
just. We have 2 acres.
Oh, okay.
And so they can play a little bit out there. We have a fenced-in area for them because they're just they're house dogs, and they don't know really that there's cars and whatnot. And
Right.
they catch a whiff and they would be gone.
Right. Well, 2 acres is a lot to run around anyway. I'm thinking of the average house owner who doesn't really have that much room for a dog to run around.
Yeah,
So
they
that takes some planning.
they're house dogs. They really enjoy that. They're polar opposites of each other, but they were litter mates. And I have twin sons, and there were 9 pups, 7 females, 2 males, and once I saw them, I just couldn't break them up.
Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah, people get attached to their pets. So now, would you like to cover what you're talking about on the show and what you're going to present?
Yes, I'm excited about that. This show, I'm going to be speaking primarily about back-to-school issues. So we're going to be talking about the differences and similarities of ADHD, oral sleep apnea, obstructive sleep apnea, and children, and why that gets confusing for a lot of people.
That's very interesting. What would you cover? Is that over time you're going to speak about those subjects, or are there other more you're going to cover?
That's going to be next time, and I have an entire series of topics that relate to oral systemic link and what we can do to make our whole selves better by reducing the amount of bacteria that's in our mouth.
Oh, okay. And I think dental care is very important. I mean, you still have to get a separate insurance, but the more and more they show how your teeth affects the rest of your health, even heart health, brain health, that I think it's more and more important that people are able to access dentistry.
Absolutely. And that is why my partners and I have developed our Care to You teledentistry services, because we are trying to break the barriers for access.
Right.
We're 100%
That's
portable,
cool.
and so we can come to you.
Oh, that's cool. That's something I've always thought that I'd like to see happen. So I'd like to learn more about it myself. Even we might be able to do something here at some time or other.
That would be great.
It's been nice talking to you this afternoon.
Thank you, Lynette.
Today. So look forward to seeing these ladies on their TV show. And this is to introduce them to you. And thank you for being on Modesto Area Spotlight. And you too can be on Modesto Area Spotlight. Remember, just go to MyTV26.tv.
At this moment, in Stockton, Sacramento, and San Francisco, a University of the Pacific student has made a decision to learn, live, and lead with purpose in mind. Here, it's all about moments that change lives, families, communities, economies, the world. At University of the Pacific, these moments give life purpose. They give us purpose too. After all, we share one future. Join us, University of the Pacific.
Welcome back to MyTV26 Modesto Area Spotlight. This is my last interview for the new show Choose Wellness. I am here at Studio Fit 50 Plus with Kelly Frederick for their new show Choose Wellness. Kelly, Ali, Jann, and Theresa are looking forward to their new show. How are you feeling?
I'm very excited. I want to be able to share my studio here, of the reasons why I chose Studio Fit 50 Plus, and the experience that they'll get when they come and have a workout program especially made for them.
Okay. Can you tell me some of your other interests that you have?
Other interests as, well, just keeping myself fit mentally and physically, so continually learning in regards to how the brain works and how important it is as we gracefully age to keep our brain active and our bodies active. So it's not just one or the other, it's a well-balanced wellness here as far as keeping yourself healthy inside and out, brain, body, food, movement, environment is very important.
And you told me the other day you like hiking. Where are some of the places you've hiked?
Half Dome a few times, but hiking is something that is one of my long-term goals that I'd like to do more of. So I'd like to go with an experienced hiker and really explore a true hiking trip. Half Dome was done some years ago. I've done sprint triathlons, Olympic triathlons, and then another long-term goal would definitely be a half triathlon, half Ironman, but that will come later.
Triathlons are a lot of fun. We're doing a hike beside Strawberry. It's not so much that it's a long distance one, but it's uphill and it goes from Strawberry to Pinecrest. Maybe you'd like to join me one day.
Yeah.
I've taken the grandchildren there and that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, great.
So, do you want to cover, like you were telling me about 20 plus? Do you want to tell people about that?
The 2020
yes.
2020 program. Our 2020 program is something that Sally Gerling and I put together. It is a health challenge, and what we do is we named it 2020 because there's 20 weeks until the new year, 2020. Our new year 2020. That sounds so weird. It just doesn't even sound real. So 2020, 20 weeks is our 2020 challenge. So Sally she is a registered dietitian, and me being the fitness professional, we put an excellent program together for men and women to be challenged month by month, and we get together and we go over our goals and discuss our wins and our weaknesses, and then at the very end it will be the 2020 year, and they'll already be on their way of losing weight and having new goals and a healthier body and a healthier mindset, most importantly. So they're not setting that usual 2020 New Year's resolution. They've already done it. They're already halfway there.
So that sounds like a lot of fun. So contact Kelly if you want to do that 2020 challenge, and also come to the studio. I found balance was one of the important things that I found helped when I was doing classes here.
That happens a lot when people call me from my advertising in the Health and Contentment magazine. A lot of times they don't even realize how bad their balance is until a drastic situation happens and they happen to trip in the garden and they can't catch themselves and they end up flat on the ground or even on the sidewalk. So it happens real quick. You don't know how you are, how well your balance is until you're challenged with it. So we practice through my stations here. There's always one or two balancing stations that we'll work with.
Yes. So remember to watch out for Choose Wellness, which will be on MyTV26. And if you too want to have your own show, contact mytv26.tv is where you'll find us on the web. Thank you.